everyone, this is Irina Blount from La La Land Crafts. Today is day 10 of our holiday tutorials of 2023. This is my third project, but our design team had already started and there are 7 tutorials from them on our blog. You just go to lalalandcrafts.com and from there click on the blog and it will take you directly to their tutorials. And when you comment on the tutorials on the blog and as well as on all of my videos, you'll be entered for a chance to win one of $50 gift certificates to our online store. And we also have a sale. The sale is valid through December 22nd. Your discount code is winter 2023. And of course, you know where you need to go to shop, to lalalandcrafts.com. And this is the card that we'll be making today. It features some of our new released products and some of the older products too. And I can't wait to show you how to make it. Let's go ahead and start with the tutorial. For my card base, I am using 110-pound white cardstock. And it's a pretty big card, so the card base measures 7 inches by 10. Then I have 2 layers of gold cardstock. And this is gold metallic cardstock and it measures 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Then 80-pound white cardstock. So this one is not textured, 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. This will be for the inside of our card. Then I have this layer, this paper that I already cut to the size, but that's the paper from the wintertime paper pack. So you can see I already cut it, but this is this part of the paper right here. So this layer measures 3 by 4 1/2. And I just want to flip through the pages really quick just to show you if you have missed it yet from yesterday. The papers are just adorable. There are so many different choices. There are outdoorsy, indoors kind of scenes there that you can use on your cards. And for the acetate, I have 3 1/2 by 4 1/4. I also have a 6 by 6 paper, and this is from one of our older paper packs. This is actually one of our very first paper pack. It's called Christmas Hodgepodge, and I actually retired this paper pack at some point, but then brought it back just because I adore this vintage style, vintage colors of the design. So first I want to show you how I cut this paper. First I put it in vertically like so and cut it at 4 1/2. Then the piece that's left over, the small piece, I turn it this way, so we're going to use the other side of the paper as well and cut it at 4 1/2 again. And then this little square that I have left over, we're going to use it in the corners of the card on the inside. So I'm going to cut it diagonally just like this, and then I'm going to have 2 little triangles. My card base measures 10 inches, so I'm going to score it in half at 5 inches. It's a pretty thick, it's 110-pound cardstock, so I'm just going over a few times. And then this is the inside layer that measures 4 1/2 by 6 1/2, and I'm going to give it, you know it, it's 1/8 of an inch score line all the way around. So I'm starting about 1/8 of an inch from the top and then stopping about 1/8 of an inch from the bottom, and that will give us just finishing touch to our inside layer. Now I can fold and burnish my card base again because it's so thick. I'm just giving it a good burnish there. And then we have some layers we can already glue on the inside of the card. So one gold and our white layer together, and then they'll go right inside right there. Now for the front of the card we have also a gold layer, the second one, and the patterned papers that we cut to the size. I'm going to glue this one to the top, and then our skinny border, going to line it up on the bottom. And then I'm going to go ahead and add it to the front of our card base. I'm not popping this right now on this card, I'm just gluing it straight onto it. and then we can start embellishing or create our embellishments. I die cut 3 of the window frames, and this is from one of our new dies. This is the die it's called window, and I also die cut these little frames that come out from it, and I only die cut 1 set, so I have 4 of them there. First thing, I'm going to grab one of my window dies and the acetate, and we're going to glue the acetate behind our window right there. I'm going to use my liquid glue, but you can also use 8/7" double-sided tape if you prefer. I'm just putting the glue all the way around. I'm using the stitching on the die for my reference, and then carefully, because we don't want to smudge it on the acetate, I'm going to sit the acetate piece right over it. And I just love, I love acetate. I used it on the first card of the series. I didn't use it yesterday, even though we could, but this is our window with the glass now set in. And those little frames are going to go right inside of it. We're going to inset them one at a time. So again, I'm using my liquid glue. If you have, I think 8/7" tape even will be too wide for it. So just a few dabs of the glue. Don't put too much, because again, we are attaching it to the acetate, so we don't want it to spill over. But basically, we're just going to go ahead and inset all of those 4 pieces, and they're all the same size, so you don't have to figure out which one goes where. Now all of my little pieces are in, and I'm going to start attaching the base, the window frame, on top of each other. I'm just building it up to get the desired effect. When I first made the window frame this way, I absolutely loved it. When we designed the dies, we have ideas on how to use it, but I did not even anticipate it looking this cool, this kind of cool. So I hope when you try it this way, you'll see what I mean. It's a little hard to see on the video all of the dimension that it creates, but I know you can understand my excitement about little things like that. So I'm just adding that was my second frame, and then my next one goes on top of that. And again, just adding a little bit glue all the way around and adding them on. You can even use more than 3 layers if you want to add even more dimension, but for this card I stopped at 3. And of course, because we're adding so much dimension, you can also add the foam tape on the back of it. We already have the acetate there, and that would create a shaker card if you desire to do so. So now our window is complete. I hope you can kind of see the dimension in the video there. I think you can see it. This is really, really pretty. Then for the next element, I have die cut 4 of these pieces, and this is from our window sill square die. We used it yesterday on the card, and today I'm using the shorter one, so it comes as a set of 2, the long one and the short one. So if you have the window vertically, you would use the short one like we are doing today, but if you would decide to turn your window the other way and have it horizontal in your projects, then you have the long one to use for that. So for today's card, I have 4 here, and I'm going to glue them, make 2 sets, so 2 die cut pieces in each set. One is going to go on the top, one is going to be on the bottom. So I'm just gluing them together to give it some thickness, and then we will attach them to our window that we already made. And I just love this little detail there. It has embossing all the way around, so pretty. So when I position it, I have my top one, as you see, with this shape going up, and then the next one with this shape going down. And when I glue them, I just put adhesive on the bottom of that shape, and then it goes right where that stitching is. You can show the stitching, or you can go, for my cards, I go right on top of it, because for my liking, it becomes a little bit too busy if the stitching is still showing, but of course you can decide what works the best for you. And I just absolutely adore how this kind of embellishment element turns out. And this window you can use for winter, you can use it for any holidays, you can use it for Easter, for spring, for summer. You can use different papers and create different designs. So this is our wintertime paper pack, and you can see it has some scenes that are from the outside, so you'll be like looking out from the inside of the house, but you can also use some papers that are indoors, and then you can put your critters, or you can build up the scene from the outside. Now, before we put it on the card, we need to add our paper that we already cut to the size behind our window, and look how pretty it is. That's just so adorable. We have the Christmas tree and the building showing there, but of course the other side of the paper is as pretty, so you can pick and choose what you want to use on your card. If you add the foam tape all the way around and instead of gluing it, you can even put different sequins in each of the elements and make it as a shaker. You can pop it on the card like that, and it would be really cute. But today we are just going to glue it straight down to the card. So you can use you can use the 1/8 of an inch score tape, or as I am doing, just going there with the glue. Just again, be very careful because it is acetate and we don't want to smudge the glue over it. So now we have the layer glued on and it's ready to go on our card front. Just one more thing before we put it there, I decided to add 1/4 of an inch score tape just right behind where those window sills are, because we have 3 layers of the frame and those window sills are glued from the front, so they were just kind of sinking in on my card base. So I'm just adding those to make this layer nice and even on my card, and on the rest of it I can use the liquid glue. Just remove those out, take those out, and then the liquid glue on the rest of my layer. And then when I put it on my card, I am going to line up the top of the bottom seal kind of to the border and about 1/2 an inch from the top. It's just so pretty. Just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now it's time to embellish the window, and for this I'm going to use our Christmas wreath with a bow die, and I die cut it once from darker cardstock, once from brighter, and then the little bow I die cut it from red and from gold. I'm going to offset and glue the lighter one on top of the darker one, so just a few dabs of glue here and there and add it on. And then for the little bow, the gold one is going to be behind the red one. I'm going to just offset it so a little bit of the gold is peeking through. So I pull the red one a little bit down below, and then it goes onto the gold. I'm going to add my wreath to the window, and I'm going to add just a little bit of glue here and there. And when I position, I don't want to close that pretty detail, so I'm going to bring the wreath a little bit down, about 1/4 of an inch from the top of the window sill. And then for the little bow, you can decide if you want to put it on the top of the wreath or on the bottom. It looks good both ways, so just whatever your preference is. I decided to put mine on the top for this card. And then we have our penguin, and this penguin is from the new release that was released just a few weeks ago, and I have die cut him from yellow cardstock, white cardstock, this kind of shimmery dark gray black cardstock, and also he has wings there die cut from the same color, and his little feet or legs from this yellow cardstock. So when you get the die, it comes with this piece inset, so you'll just need to separate it to be able to cut different layers. And to make my little penguin element as an embellishment, I'm going to glue these layers, the white and the gray, onto the piece of the same cardstock. So just glue the white one first. This is the easiest way to start, because then you don't have to figure out where the gray ones goes, like how much space to leave in between. So I find this is the easiest way to do it. And once you have your white layer on, then the gray one will just go kind of like a puzzle, just all the way around. It just fits there one way. There is no guesswork there. Very easy to do. So I'm going to hold with my tweezers, and I hope you can see it on the video. Tone on tone kind of disappears there, but it goes all the way around. There's no spaces there, just fits right in. And then once you have this layer on, okay, you can see this better here. So now once you have this layer on, I'm going to go ahead and fuzzy cut him. It's really easy to do. It's just kind of rounded shape there, no intricate details. And what helps me, instead of holding scissors upright, I hold them a little bit sideways, so one of the blades goes just a tiny bit under that layer, and I think it also kind of makes it look cleaner. So just round it all the way around. Easy, doesn't take much time at all. And now we have our base to add other elements in. So for the beak here, I have the yellow, and when I die cut it, they stayed in my layer of the cardstock, and I just left them in because I thought it would be easier for me to inset them instead of having tiny little pieces. But of course, even if they come out, they're very easy to put back in. And I put adhesive, as you see, onto the base, and then if your layer stayed in like mine, you can match the layers and just push those pieces in, and they will inset right where they belong. So cute. For his eyes, I'm going to leave the base showing that dark gray cardstock. Of course, you can also die cut from black cardstock and inset them in, or you can even give him googly eyes if you prefer. For his little feet, you can put them either in front or on the back. So for this card, I'm going to put them on the back, but our design team been using this penguin too, so you can see also different ways to put him together. You can see different ideas, see how they did. Now, since my penguin is going to wear a sweater, I need to add the sleeves on to his wings before I attach them on. So this is the penguin outfit die, and you can see it comes also in different pieces. I already die cut the sweater, and here are the little pieces for the sleeves there. They're gonna go one on each wing. So cute. Then I have also a hat. That's the part of the Santa hat there, from red cardstock, then from white cardstock, and I use textured cardstock on that to make it look kind of a little bit fluffy. So that's the rim of the hat, and then I have a little pom-pom there. Then from red cardstock, this part here is the part of the scarf. And of course, your penguin doesn't have to always wear a sweater, right? He can only wear a scarf sometimes. So that's really cute, and the scarf comes as two pieces. So that's long piece, and then there are scarf ends that you can put like that. You can put them on the other side, you can put them from behind. Just adorable. And you can put the ends from the behind from the other side, just whatever works for your card design or the project that you are working on. This element will be really cute for scrapbook pages as well. So this is, I'm showing here, is also comes with a beanie. So that's the part of the die there. You can have him wear a winter hat, so he doesn't have to be a Christmas penguin, he can be just a winter penguin. So that would be really cute too. So now I can go ahead and start assembling the sweater, putting the sleeves on, and also his the front part of the sweater. And I die cut it from different paper packs. So this one is not even Christmas. I'll put the name of it in the video description. It's the planner something paper pack. So the little sleeves go on there on his little wings, just so adorable. So you can see, you can mix and match the paper packs. They don't have to be Christmas. Just this one color wise I thought worked really well, and it had the design. Of course you can die cut them from white cardstock and color with markers. You can color with distress inks. So for this wing here, I'm going to have his arm facing up. So I'm adding the glue on the front of the wing and then putting the wing up like this, because he's going to hold the present, and then the other wing is going to be facing down. Really cute. Then we can put his scarf on, and again I die cut it from red cardstock, but you can use different texture paper, or die cut it everything from white cardstock and color it or ink it with different colors. So I'm going to put just a little bit of the glue on the top part of it, because I want to tuck the little ends of the scarf behind it. That part, now looking at it, that part would look really cute as just the rim of the sweater too. So you can die cut that from the same paper and just layer it like that. But in this card we are going to make this into the scarf as it was intended. I just love how when we get creative we just keep on coming up with some new ideas, right? Just get those wheels turning. Now for the Santa hat, I'm going to add the rim on the bottom of that red layer, and then add the pom-pom to the side of it. Decided it was easier to put the glue on the head than trying to figure out on this little circle. Such a cute, and you can use this little hat on the other clear stems, maybe even. Doesn't even have to go with the penguin. So you can put it straight, you can put it sideways, you can decide how you would like your penguin to wear the hat. For mine, I'm using it a little bit slanted, kind of like this. I think it makes him look even cuter, if that can be. Adorable. So yeah, so on the cards, on your scrapbook layouts, on the mini albums, he's just the cutest little penguin that you can definitely make and find a lot of uses. Now next thing, another embellishment that we're going to make is our present boxes die, one of the newer dies, and I'm going to die cut the ribbons and the handles from the gold cardstock. I'm going to die cut it 3 times, and then I'm going to die cut the boxes from 3 different papers, and these papers are from different paper packs. Again, you can mix and match, so these are from our 3 different Christmas paper packs that I chose for this card. I'm going to die cut once from each, and this is 2 by 2 square, so from 1 6 by 6 paper you get 6 of them. So here I die cut everything already, and you can see that give me a bunch of different boxes of different sizes and different ribbons, and I can mix and match. You can even use more than 3 of different designs, or die cut them more than once from each paper, and just keep on assembling your boxes, and you can have layers, some layers vertically, some layers of this even of the same paper horizontally, just whatever goes with your project. And then you can use the ribbons on them, the different ribbons with the bows, and there's also tiny little handles to make gift boxes, and that's what I'm gonna do for my cards. I'm gonna make some boxes and make some of the gift boxes. Look how tiny, look how pretty that looks, just so adorable. So I'm going to make 2 two of the gift of the gift bags, and then the rest will be gift boxes. So I'm going to take a minute to glue them all together. There's also this different shape. So this one is like a hat box, kind of rounded box, and you can glue the top of the box right on top of it, but you can also add the ribbon to it if you prefer. So just want to show you really quick how you can do it with the ribbon. You can glue it on the top like that, or you can cut it apart. So I'm just removing it to show you. So you can glue the bottom, just line up to the bottom first of the straight part here, just in the center, and then once you have that glued on, if you use your scissors and snip that top part off, and then I'm going to add the top of the box on top of it, and then add the bow back on the top. This is kind of like a neat thing to do when you're maybe die cut bunch of it, and maybe when you're watching some Christmas movies or stuff like that, or just playing Christmas music. You can add, so see how cute that is. You can add that, just maybe a little bit space there between them, between the bottom of the round box and the lid, and you can add that on top, and that creates another type of box to go with the rest of them. So super cute, so tiny and cute. And then if you want to make this into little bag, gift bag with the other piece, you can also do that. It even looks like a little purse. So just another idea to use it. I just adore this little, look at this little purse, little like clutch purse there. So for some of the presents, as you can see, the ribbon is a little bit too long, so I'm going to snip those off and get ready to start embellishing front of our card. So now we have the elements here for our penguin and bunch of different presents. So to attach my penguin on, again, because we have the dimension behind of the window, to make him sit on the card nice and even, I'm going to use foam tape to add to the top and the bottom so that he does not wobble. I'm going to use 1/2 inch foam tape on the bottom there, and then add some on the top as well, and just keep on putting him back on the card just for the kind of reference to see where he goes. And he's going to hold the present up there, so I'm going to put more tape on his head, and then I'll use a few more pieces of the tape behind his head as well. Then I added a little bit of the glue right where on those parts where it's going to be on the window, and he can go straight on our card. Just see where you want him to be. So I'm going to add the sentiment on the right side, so I'm leaving a little bit more space there, and he is more to the right side of my card. And then to add the present that he is holding, I'm going to use one of those kind of square ones, and I'm going to put the tape behind it, make him hold it. So cute. For the sentiment today, I'm using this die that's called Book Tab and Labels, and this is the label that I'm using. The oval comes out, and that's where I'm going to stamp the sentiment on. And the sentiment is from this stamp set called Holiday Smiles. It's come with 4 really cute hedgehogs. I've used this stamp set quite a few times in one of the holiday tutorials before, from I believe 2 years ago, so you can see them there. I'm using my archival ink in jet black and tap into it, put it over my oval, press into it, and even though this is not textured cardstock, I'm still holding it just for a few seconds, and then it comes out perfectly. And today's sentiment says merry and bright, and this sentiment is going to be on the right side of my penguin there. And then I have all of those different present boxes to align to decide where they go. So this one is going to be kind of tucked in behind the oval, and then I can put little gift bag, the cute little gift bag in front of it, just kind of overlapping it. And then I have some presents that I'm going to add on the other side of the penguin. And this little gift bag, look, it almost looks like he's holding it. So you can even pop it a little bit and make it look like he's holding it, especially because the present that he's holding in his other arm looks the same pattern paper. So really, really cute. So here on the inside, adding those corners that we cut from the same pattern paper, and you can decide if you want to push them to the gold cardstock or if you want to put them to the little embossed frame that we created. And also you can glue them straight on, but also you can glue them just on the sides and make it like a little pocket of sorts, just kind of if you need room to tuck in something. If you put in a gift card, that would be a good space, or if you're adding another tag or something like that, so that will give you a room to tuck something under. And you can do the same with the top one. You can either glue this on all the way, or you can glue it on two sides only to create a little space to tuck something under it. And then we have all other kind of different boxes that I have left over, so you can embellish it. You can decide how you want to put them on there. So I made 3 presents on one side. If you want to add the rest of them, you can just keep on going more, or you can add them on the other side, or you can just leave them out and save them for another project, something like that. And then on the back, I have the label that was the part of our sentiment on the front. So this label I decided to add on the back of my card because I already had it die cut, and that will give you a little space there if you want to write something like made by or add 2023. So you know those people who are giving this type of cards to, they are saving them, so it would be good for them to know what year that was made. Or you can add those 2 presents that you have left there. I decided to leave them out. And that's the card. So once you have everything die cut, it's very easy to make, but it's a really pretty card. I just love that window with the acetate there and the whole design showing through. We can see like from the inside we can see the city on the outside with the Christmas tree. We have all of the different elements. I just love it. I love how it turned out, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you love the card and enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope you'll give it a try. Now, don't forget that we have 2 $50 giveaways to our online store. All you need to do is to comment on the blog on 7 videos from our design team, and then comment on my videos as well. And of course, there's a sale, 20% off on all products in our online store. And the coupon code is valid December 22nd, so you have a few days to shop. Your discount code is winter 2023. And this is all from me for today. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoyed this event with the tutorials. And I will see you tomorrow for day 11 of the event. Bye for now. Much love.